Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Diyana binti Mustapha. I will represent my team, Dr. Muhammad Nizam bin Jadi and Dr. Nurishal bin Muhammad, to present on the topic an overview of corporate social innovation (CSI) in R&D organization. The outline of the study, we start with background of the study, problem statement, literature review, proposed framework, and lastly, conclusion. For background of the study, we quoted with four previous literature. So due to unpredictable and fierce climate, organizations ought to investigate new routes in addressing business issues. In 19th and 20th century was driven by technological innovation, while in 21st century is driven by social innovation. Corporate social innovation are embraced as a business innovation process that focus on environmental, economic, and social qualities. And lastly, CSI, corporate social innovation, is now not only compliance strategy, but also sustain the, the business and become the business competitiveness. For problem statement, we found that CSI concepts are new and beginning phase stage. Even in Malaysia, CSI being recognized as newborn child stage. Besides, CSI also remained absent in the literature because the previous study more focused on social innovation instead of corporate social innovation. This is because they are more focused on government, non-profit organization, civil society, or social enterprises. And lastly, we found that CSI hardly to unite consensus because of the multidisciplinary field, and also they are more focusing on the similar case study as their referencing. In the literature review part, we make the comparison between social innovation and corporate social innovation. For social innovation, we found that it is actually the new and novel solution that can embed it into the product, process, and services. And we found that social innovation address the social issue, which is more focused on the various type of actor, including government, policymaker, public services, social enterprise, non-profit organization, NGOs, and so on. And we also found that social innovation more focusing on economic and social growth, which is it is much dependent on the outcome of the social innovation. Here we can see the definition of the corporate social innovation that quoted with several uh, well-known researcher in social innovation, which is Taylor, Drucker, Malgan, Fields, Degmeyer, and Miller, the Young Foundation, Crisis, Center for Social Innovation, Transit, and the last one, Van der Hef and Rubalcaba. We move to corporate social innovation. We found that the corporate social innovation is actually configuration of the relationship between firm and society. Besides, we found that CSI could be viewed as a delivery of financial and social worth to the organization. And lastly, we found that there is a few of the definition which is come from various themes, including novelty, solving social problem, respond to the social problem, involve the stakeholder in the identification problem and solving the problem. And the last one, sustain firm profitability and economic advantage to the organization. While in this slide, we can see the definition of the corporate social innovation, which quoted from the previous literature. There is from Cantor, from Hills, Osberg, KPMG, from Milbis, Howard, from Jadi, Gugin, SIC Research, Landscape Expert Survey, and from Dionisio. In overall, corporate social innovation is about create the value to solve the problem, give the social value to the society in terms of solving the problem, more involved in a stakeholder, more involved in strengthen the relationship between CSI and people life, enhance the economic environmental growth, and some of the literature, which is from SIC Research Landscape Expert Survey, mentioned that there is no relationship between CSI and CSR. And lastly, from Diyana, CSI is about involvement of the stakeholder, represent the business in a society and natural environment, and shift the organization with the new strategy and business model. Why R&D organization? Ongoing enormous changes in the company speed up innovation and influence the R&D. According to Worldwide Competitive Report 2019, reported that R&D in Malaysia only repositioned at 30 years innovation, this is not at a satisfactory level. Some more indicated by MIDA, Malaysian Investment Innovation Leadership, Malaysia needs to expand the country R&D. So this exploration covered the R&D organization because the R&D organization is the substance that holding the duty in R&D exercises for organization in Malaysia. Therefore, Malaysia R&D organization should partake in these changes. The purpose for this framework is corporate social innovation, which is consists of economic, environmental, and social. When we see here, we can see the arrow between the technological innovation and corporate social innovation. Technically, we can see in 19th and 20th century, we are more focusing on technological innovation. But currently, the updates and the latest, which is on 21st century, we are focusing on corporate social innovation, which consists of three main dimensions, which is economics, environmental, and social. In conclusion, generally, the technological innovation reacting toward business, but this is more focused to the business private expansion, explicitly centered around fulfill the benefit and private needs. And we can say the technological innovation is more towards company benefit. However, we found that the corporate social innovation appear as a new revolution in the organization we consider internal and external oriented, which is we adapted from the World Economic Forum 2019. It is more focused on the build new business, which is product and services, invest in talent, which is more toward staff and human resource, strengthen supply chain, which is more toward supply chain management, and the last one is leverage finance, which is more towards economic base. So from here, we can say that the corporate social innovation is the best mechanism in adapting the business challenges. Thank you.